Rackman uploaded a nude video called Can Gaming Kill You? I didn't even see you uploaded a new one. Oh, Will Gaming Kill You? I imagine this is going to be talking about this recent fascination with obsession and blaming the subjects of obsession as opposed to the actual underlying cause of the addiction. That would be my guess. Why are so many games getting remakes? Most of them are pretty good though, so I don't even mind the trend, to be honest with you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ACT News. I'm your host,
$10 million studio.
Man, and today I ask the important questions. Are you giving your child digital heroin?
I don't know why anyone
it is
would
all
have
about
Fortnite
addiction.
in their
I know
home
it.
because it is like giving a child heroin.
There's this recent trend, and it's not just gaming, where things that become a subject of addiction, which is literally anything, food, porn, games, any of it, instead of like talking about addiction itself, it's about these things should be banned because people get addicted to it. It's so weird. We've regressed so fucking much. I don't get how the fuck we went from like early 2000s of like actual progress and understanding these things and being like, yeah, maybe games aren't really the full cause of like this rise in addiction, to now full brain rot, like we need to ban porn because some people get addicted, we need to ban Fortnite because some kids get addicted, that kind of shit. Thanks to the resub shark. It's so weird. How do you ban food? Well, it's not the banning of food entirely, it's the banning of junk food. Don't know if the porn is so much about addiction though. Those are the main talking points I've seen. There's other arguments to be made about porn, I guess more so than like games and shit, but the main ones I've seen being talked about are about the addictive qualities of it, like the dopamine slot machine argument. Thanks to the 2 gift subs, Mystic. Those are the ones I've been seeing mainly. Isn't everything addictive? Yeah, which is why it's such like a fucking nothing burger of an argument.
Do you or a loved one suffer from gaming
Cheese
disorder?
is addictive. Like, legitimately, cheese triggers the same response in your brain as something like an actual drug. But I don't see a ton of people lobbying to ban cheese.
The World Health Organization recognized a condition
Or
known
caffeine
as
for
gaming
another one.
disorder.
That's another
Does
easy
the new
one.
Call of Duty actually allow you
to be a terrorist and kill people?
That's right, folks. Our top story of the day is on the dangers of gaming.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most interesting news reports on video games.
Oh, he's going
I've done
over
this
half of the
before in
stories I've
videos
been
like the
seeing,
War
I
Against
bet.
Video games and others, but those were more documentary style. This is not. We are going bottom of the barrel, the craziest, most out-of-touch news reports I've ever seen. I feel like it's always interesting to see what mainstream media has to say about video games and what they've had to say about them over the years. Is Fortnite too addictive? How many games put your kids at risk of pedophiles? There's a lot of fun questions
Well,
for us to answer.
Now, when I
The
first
answer is
launched my
Roblox.
investigation,
Your odds of encountering a pedophile in a video game are exponentially higher on Roblox than anything else. That shit seems like almost commonplace with how often that happens there.
it was a slow news day. And on slow news days, the only thing the news does is fearmonger. But what was I going to fearmonger today?
Things like
Naturally,
Brad
it was
Parody.
video games. They're too violent, too sexual. They increase aggressive behavior in adolescence.
Classic.
Players commit gruesome acts like these using top-of-the-line graphics in stunningly realistic detail.
But where to begin? My investigation. Well, I think I found just the right place to start.
The Mid-Missouri Internet Crimes Task Force says adults are now using systems like Nintendo Wii, Xbox, PlayStation, and Webkins to talk to children inappropriately.
That's right. This is the game, and you actually create your own character, house, and even town. And when connected to the internet, you can talk to people across the country. And kids have no say as to what some of these characters say to them. For example, this character could be the man in California police are warning about tonight that asked for images from Missouri children.
What the fuck? Wait, whoa, Tortimer! You bastard! I thought it was weird in Animal Crossing he kept asking for pictures of my nutsack. God Damn it! Did we finally catch him? Is he behind bars? In a supermax cell? Son of a bitch! He infiltrated the cyberspace.
Tour timer? Could be. It could be or it could be the fucking goose on the left. Could also
He could be
her.
anywhere.
And kids have no say as to what some of these characters might say to them. For example, this could be the man police are warning about tonight who asked for pictures from Cyrodiil children.
I cannot come up with any legitimate reason that an adult would be playing that particular game.
No reason for an adult to play Animal Crossing. Only bad reasons.
Well, you know what? That's where Sheriff Popeye and I are going to have to agree. I can't think of a single reason any adult would be playing Animal Crossing. Especially when better games exist. Like Fortnite. Yeah. He's actually making good points now.
Anderson says adults playing Animal Crossing, similar games, are likely doing it for the wrong reasons.
Crime alert. We abuse.
Anderson says it is going to take
This is
parents
hype.
paying attention to keep this problem from exploding.
Oh, you don't say. Having parents pay attention to their children and what they're doing. How dare you even suggest parenting in the modern age? You absolute harlot. You're telling people to be parents? No. That makes no sense. Just give them an iPad and unlimited access to everything online and then get mad when they find something they're not supposed to find. That's parenting. That's real parenting. Thanks to the resub Grand Pooh Bear and the Bits Mystic.
What you'll find in a lot of these news reports from like the early mid-2000s, like the news tries to frame the most innocuous of things as a problem, when really all it comes back to is just parents knowing what the fuck their kids are doing.
Now, right now, we know that only 3 children have been reported as being involved in this. Anderson says this is not a reason to be paranoid, but is something to be aware of.
While it's not a reason to be paranoid, we are
Involved
still
in
going
what?
to produce a new...
What did... Involved in sending photographs to Tortimer in Animal Crossing? Is Tortimer not just an NPC? I'm pretty sure it is. Who are they sending it to? Nintendo headquarters? What are they involved in? I need to look up Tortimer. Is he in jail? That slimy son of a bitch. Tortimer is an elderly tortoise. He's a fucking NPC. He's the mayor in the town the player moves to. Who the fuck? What are they involved in?
news segment to try and invoke those feelings of paranoia within you. Sponsor time. This is either the best decision I've made or the worst.
Yeah, I want to look up that original story. Actually, you know what, I will.
A pair of the Raycon everyday
While he's doing the
earbuds.
ad plug, I'm gonna look up the
Raycon's
original
earbuds go
story.
for half the price of other premium brands, but they sacrifice none of the quality and sound just as good, if not better. And with over 50,000 five-star reviews, it
This is from
seems the people have
2009.
spoken on their quality. They come with optimized gel tips that fit perfectly within your ear, snug as a bug in a rug. And with over 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life, they're perfect for long road trips, vacations, and my personal favorite, going on runs.
They
If
have
your parent,
no
sibling,
added
or
context.
significant other is yapping your head off about how you play video games 8 hours a day, well, just turn on the noise isolation feature, and you'll tune out all of that garbage. I like to put in everyday earbuds when I'm doing chores
is
around the
outrageous.
house, or if I just want to listen to an awesome podcast. And the carrying case is so compact, you can take it anywhere. But it only gets better because if you go to buyraycon.com/actman, I'll give you 15% off your entire order. That's
Yep.
right. Click
That's
the
the
link
whole
in
story.
the description and the pinned comment.
They actually
Order
think
yourself a
Tortimer
pair
is a
of the
pedophile.
everyday earbuds today. And thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring this video.
These
Now
are
for
some
something
Celis and
completely
Loth.
different.
Kids can't put it down.
It has lots of graphics.
Does have lots of
I
graphics, to
tell
be
you,
fair.
the clips they choose are always the fucking funniest.
It has lots of graphics.
It has lots of graphics.
No wonder gaming gurus predict
Nintendo DS is going to redefine portable handheld gaming the way iPod is redefining music.
well, stop the music. Because it's also redefining how vulnerable your kids are to child molesters.
God! How? Explain to me how you arrived at this point.
What do you mean? We just watched about how Tortimer from Animal Crossing was soliciting nude photos of minors through Animal Crossing. Are you not paying any attention at all, Act Man? He's in the mainframe. He's in their hands right now.
Along with the game capability, Nintendo DS comes with a feature called PictoChat.
PictoChat? PictoChat?
Well, let me explain. You open the DS
Oh, he
unit,
actually takes
you
a dick
turn it
pic on cam?
You push PictoChat, and your DS unit is an open book.
Oh my goodness. Then there's no safeguards in place in order to stop you from sending a nude photo of yourself. And he just pulls down his pants and like actually goatsies. And look what I've done with PictoChat. Now I will fall victim to a bad actor on the DS.
Anyone can write your child messages, send them sketches, anyone who has a DS unit.
The only reason anybody ever used PictoChat was to draw penises and send them to your siblings as you both giggled in separate rooms. Any other use of PictoChat was illegal.
Here's an example of what can happen. With Melanie and Marissa upstairs in the bedroom, I was downstairs sending them messages.
PictoChat. Oh, I don't know shit about it. PictoChat only works within 100 feet. You just gave me like a crazy idea for a horror movie that I don't know if it exists or not. Imagine you and your family, you're out, in the middle of nowhere. This cabin in the woods, it's an escape retreat. Very cliche, very tropey. But your kid's got the PictoChat. And he's you're sending dick pics, or, sorry. You're sending the drawn penises to your siblings, you're giggling about it, and then all of a sudden, a new PictoChat player pops up within 100 feet. He's in the radius. He's in the house. And then it's a game of cat and mouse. They have to use PictoChat to track down the pedophile, the killer. That'd be hype. That'd be a movie. Thanks to Prime Nemesis in the resub. Radomboy, Grave, Bean, and the Prime Branchy.
What's your dog's name? What's your name? Where do you go to school? Where do you live?
You fucking creep. Where do you live?
What are you buying?
Where do you live?
In this house that I'm messaging you in?
Marissa's mom was watching as Melanie and Marissa answered my questions, and she didn't like what she saw.
Melanie reading the address.
Western?
Wait, it's the news anchor downstairs. Your kids know he's there. There's cameras in their face. What do you mean you don't like what they saw? He's fucking on your staircase right now. What are you talking about? This is weird. The news anchor's wondering where I live, but he's literally sitting on my staircase. I mean, maybe he has like some kind of memory issue. Okay, I mean, I'll send it.
4, 5.
Granted, the girls knew it was me sending the messages, but they'd only met me minutes before.
And I could have been a child molester.
And remember Marissa chatting with her friend in the other car? That means a molester driving along could see your child in the back seat and start sending messages while you're in the front seat, totally oblivious to what's happening.
Holy shit!
God. Who the fuck is driving and like trying to join PictoChat lobbies? The logistics of that alone. It make my head spin.
Well, a Colorado family...
That's amazing. What the fuck? Imagine a drive-by pedophile. He's got like 6 PictoChats open for maximum potential to infiltrate nearby car PictoChats. Holy shit.
Tonight after they say the Nintendo gaming system they bought for their 5-year-old had porn loaded onto it.
Oh boy, that's game over.
Brighton Giles had wanted a Nintendo 3DS all year.
Wait, was it 3DS that had porn on it?
When Santa brought it to him, he was ecstatic, but yesterday morning,
Santa gave him an extra present.
When he turned on the gaming system, he found pornographic pictures on the gaming system.
How does that even... I'm so confused.
Thanks to Resub Dave and the Prime Liam.
Porn on their 3DS? Can you even do that?
I said, Dad, this DS has porn on it. And I handed him the DS and he just got up and walked right to the phone.
I feel so bad for this kid. Honestly, I probably would have...
That would have been quite the surprise.
I would have been like, oh my god, Dad, what the fuck? I don't know what this is. And then you got people filming you and like they're putting it on the news and it's like, tell us about the porn you found on your 3DS.
Christ.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but I'll play it again.
When Santa brought it to him...
Santa. The gift was from Santa. a DS with porn on it. So not only did this kid experience some traumatic shit, but he probably hates Santa now.
His father first called GameStop where he
That fucking pervert old St. Nicholas, damn you. Damn you!
And they weren't caught before the refurbishing device was sold.
See, who the fuck puts porn on the 3DS and then trades it in? That
is quite the
Think of
evil
all the
villain
security
plan.
dangers we've exposed involving online games and interactive sites. This one tonight is different.
I'm so ready.
ABC 15 investigator Joe Ducey takes us into a fake world, creating real problems for one local family.
He was so upset. I mean, he was just heartbroken. I mean, this was his whole Christmas.
She's talking about real money lost in a virtual world. A world set in medieval times.
RuneScape?
We got a fucking news report on RuneScape.
Let's go!
It's where an 11-year-old like Timmy Easter of Gilbert can act like someone much older.
I can't see what's happening on that screen.
Shark you catch?
It's worth 1,000 coins.
Oh man, this has not aged well. Looks like the stock price of sharks in RuneScape
Yeah,
has
it's cheaper
gone
now.
way down.
Fighting
They have all kinds of ways of getting sharks now.
Yeah.
You killed him? Yeah.
He spent years gaining a high level in an online game called RuneScape. Timmy and his family recently learned this virtual world is full of some real-life dangers.
He said, "Excuse me, Hellslayer, can I speak to you for a moment?"
That does sound dangerous. Don't answer him.
God,
Don't
this
answer him.
Like 9-year-old kid.
He's gonna have you train
His
rune crafting.
name is Hellslayer.
In just minutes, Timmy's password was hacked, stolen. His
Oh,
account with all these points and belongings emptied.
What is that? What up there is for 12 mil? I can't even read the item. It's a chest plate, but I can't read it. What chest plate is that? Yeah, he fell for the old Jagex blocks your password. That's a really old scam. That one actually got a few people I knew. Is it Bando's chest plate? It might be. You might be right. Yeah, that scam was you'd go into like, I don't know, any bank really. It was pretty big in Sears Village. You go into Sears Village, you spam Jagex blocks your password when you type it, watch this, and then you just hit like 8 stars. And dumb fucking milk drinking kids would be like, oh, that's interesting. They type their password and it doesn't block it, and they're like, ah. That's what Hellslayer fell victim to for sure.
Out.
It's your items, and to have someone steal it without hesitation,
Thanks for some ghost.
it's just wrong.
Let's have a moment of silence for Timmy and so many others whose RuneScape accounts were hacked. Thank you.
You may be thinking, who cares? It's just fake points in a make-believe world.
I care, Joe. I care.
Then at Christmas it was coming up, and I told everybody, all the relatives, give him cash.
Grandmother Claire Kephart says Timmy received and spent $140 real dollars to buy virtual swords and armor.
What an
Wait, what?
awesome grandma. Give him cash so he can pay his membership fee in RuneScape. What a G.
Well, not only that, this must have been like, what? When did the Evolution come out? What year was that? Like 2010? They had a lot of pay to win back then. What year was that? When was the EOC? 2011. 2011. Yeah, he must have been spinning.
General Terry Goddard has another
It was
concern.
real world traded.
Brought in
Imagine he
They
gets
brought in the
banned.
Attorney General on this story.
The sinister part of the people, the adults leading the 11-year-old to another site, is the adults leading 11-year-olds to
Thanks for your
personal
sub, Aaron.
contact.
Okay, so funny story. This one time, me and my brother met someone on RuneScape, and we asked them if they knew where our elementary school was, and we agreed to meet them. And I was in the 3rd grade. My brother was in 6th grade.
fuck,
and we left a
Ackman?
note at home saying we're going to meet this person we met online. We're going to Ben Franklin. We left that for our parents, and we were about to leave, and my stepmom came running down the door, so like, you are not going there, like freaking out, and I couldn't understand why because I was so innocent at the time.
Last year, a Dutch court took virtual...
Huge W from the stepmom. Actually probably saved his fucking life. Huge fucking play. X the resub slime and metal.
crime seriously, prosecuting 2 teens for stealing imaginary items on RuneScape.
There was a court case for that? Oh my god. Let's move on.
So you can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve.
Where do the pedophiles infiltrate the tennis court?
Oh, geez.
Oh,
And there
Christ.
goes the tennis racket.
Oh my god, dude. So many TVs and mirrors and controllers were broken during the Wii times. I remember we got that the day the Wii came out, and we threw that fucking remote so quickly. I'm surprised we didn't break anything.
I didn't have it on there all the way. Make sure that your accessories are definitely latched on all the way.
Wii is the one console I never owned.
And by the way, the little
Still
Wii
regret that.
You like that?
You like that?
The little Wii remote. You like that?
And now we're going back to the 90s, when Pokemon was really starting to take off. Pokemania, they called it.
Be forewarned if you haven't been already. The hottest thing in the 12 and under set.
Oh, this is
coming
Satanic
soon to a
Panic,
theater
isn't
near
it?
You. Pokemon the movie joined.
Fuck yeah, I went and saw that movie in theaters, man. I still got my Ancient Mew cards. Let me go find them. Boom. Check that
Everyone
out.
still has
That
those.
was
Those are
the
iconic.
Sweetest thing in the world to me as a kid.
Yeah, they're
Check
cool.
out that sick holographic.
So what exactly is a Pokemon? Cute, cuddly characters who become supercharged so they can fight their enemies. But some experts say the entire Pokemon phenomenon is the enemy.
Yeah, Satanic Panic. Thought so. This was big. This was very big.
But some experts say the entire Pokemon phenomenon is the enemy.
I love you. Let's be best friends and destroy the capitalist American government.
In my opinion, parents should not let their kids watch Pokemon, play Pokemon, buy Pokemon cards, have anything whatsoever to do with Pokemon.
If that was my mother, I would have hated life as a child. Seeing all my buddies playing Pokemon and like my mom is the only one that's like, nope, you can't. It's dangerous, violent.
Because the message is violence.
Oh, this isn't actually Satanic Panic? That was, I don't know if he's going to cover that one. Satanic Panic for Pokemon was such a big one. Actually still kind of exists to this day. There is a big Facebook group about like how Pokemon is actually like devil worship because they're using energy. And energy is a force that's only meant for God to control. So like that was big back in the day. I don't really remember the being like Pokemon's too violent side. It was always like its demonic side.
The message in Pokemon is violence. Wait till Call of Duty comes out.
But many parents disagree.
It's really, I think, an okay thing for the kids because they learn to save their allowance, to budget for it, and they learn to trade and be kind of reasonable with their friends.
Finally, apparently talks some sense. I almost feel like this sole report was the inspiration for the Chim Pokemon episode of South Park.
The American government lies to you. Join the fight for Japanese supremacy of the world. More to come.
Like, their satire was spot on.
Many school officials think the craze has gone too far.
Am I the only one who misses Fat Pikachu? Write in the comments if you miss Fat Pikachu.
School officials are finding that Pokemon cards are responsible for fistfights, and the constant trading is not only distracting kids from classwork, but turning the playground into a black market.
Hey, Timmy.
What do you mean a black market? It's just trading.
Give you Blastoise for your lunch money. I feel like back in the 90s and early 2000s, all of these news reports, it was like fear-mongering around children. Because it was
Still is.
Like
What do you
somewhat new to parents, and they didn't know what to think of it.
That is just the go-to tactic for everything when it comes to reporting. If you can relate it to something scary like that, oh boy, that's a home run for every single outlet. They do that for literally everything. Thanks to Resub Potato and Easy and Dank.
And the news was right there to be like, hey, this is how video games and Pokemon are fucking up your child.
But that psychiatrist who had that quote last, that how bad Pokemon is, I guarantee you these people haven't seen any of the cartoons at all. They have no concept at all.
This fucking guy. I love this guy. Psychiatrists don't know a goddamn thing.
Iro, how do you answer the question? Is this just toy collectibles? Is it a movement? Is it a craze? Is it a state of being?
It's a craze for little kids to enjoy themselves with. Adults are not going to get into this a lot. I think through the holidays...
Whoa! Wow, that's... Ooh, you didn't really have the future sight prowess on that one. It is largely adults at the moment. Well, you're a little off the mark on that prediction, but everything else was right.
Can probably guarantee you there's another year and a half to this craze. It hasn't even peaked yet.
It appears it lasted a good 24 years and is still going strong, actually. What else we got?
Call it Pokemon Pandemonium. As the map-based game explodes in popularity, players are flooding into public spaces, creating some problems. Jenny Latimer discovered a memorial plaque for her son became a Pokestop, where players earn rewards.
That's fucking terrible. Sorry to hear that. Yikes. That's no good.
Oh, I don't know whether to laugh or cry laughing.
In Vancouver, James Roy created a sign to stop players from trampling his garden.
3 nights in a row, we had people asking and sort of trying to get in through the other gate of our yard, and you know, I thought, well, like, you know, we have kale here, we can't have that like stomped over and stuff.
That is probably the most Canadian thing I have ever heard. All right, what's next?
New alert from the World Health Organization about video game addiction. The
There it is.
Now designating gaming disorder as a mental health condition.
That was a big one.
Michael Strahan, what the hell are you doing on ABC News? Talking about gaming disorder?
Some saying it's about time we recognize the intense pull of video games, given the science that shows there could be some addictive nature to them.
Some addictive nature to them.
As with everything else in the world.
Could be some addictive nature to them. This morning, the World Health Organization raising a red flag. For the first time, adding gaming disorder to their list of addictive activities, likening it to substance abuse and gambling disorders.
It might be fine to give this its own classification, but just like the phrase gaming disorder, it's just so fucking funny. Well, to be fair, I probably got gaming disorder. Every news report, everyone that talks about like video games and the dangers it has on children, you can always boil it down to just parents should be involved in their kids' lives.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Take parents paying attention to keep this problem from exploding.
And recommend talking to your kids.
As a parent, there are some things you can do to protect your kids.
So what this does is it forces parents to be parents.
Oh, moms and dads.
What's your job?
The kids are going to play games. Play it with them, you know, so that you can really be there to answer questions and help them through that.
And you know, it's not always the kid with the problem. It may be the parent with the problem.
You know, I mean, you have to be involved in what your kids are looking at.
Sexbox. New video game features full digital character nudity. Are we celebrating that? That sounds like great news. Fantastic.
It's up to parents to control what their kids are seeing.
It could be a growing addiction, potentially stunting the development of children. One doctor uses the term digital heroin.
It was only a matter of time before we equated gaming addiction with hardcore drug abuse.
It's worse, actually.
Can't stop playing video games online.
10 times
Fucking
worse.
intervene in his life, man. Tell him, get your ass off the computer chair, go outside. That's what my parents would do. Like I said, man, it always comes back to like just parents being involved.
What's a typical day in Josh's life?
Sleeping until 11, 12, and then he would be on until like 1, 2 in the morning.
12 hours.
All right.
Easily.
Why don't you tell him, like, hey, no more of that. You're going to do anything else. You're his mom. Kid's like, what, 15 or some shit? That's your fault. You take that L. You're not happy with it.
Yeah.
Instead of enforcing any kind of rules or discipline on our child, what did we do? We went straight to ABC News.
But why didn't you just take the computer away? I don't understand.
Well, that's a fair question.
Great question.
Because when we did take it away, there was a lot of problems in our house with this behavior.
Oh, you don't say. Now that you don't know how to talk to your son because you're absent parents, now that he's forced to be around you, you don't know how to handle yourself around your own fucking son. That's so weird.
I don't have a child, but I mean, you know, my parents took my consoles away when I did bad shit, and you know, there were problems for a bit, but it's like, they're my parents. What am I gonna do?
You have used the term digital heroin. Really? Digital heroin? Is it that bad?
Yes, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Al and Christina are wondering if Josh's brain can give them any clues as to what is wrong. So they take him for a functional MRI.
They're taking a fucking brain scan of this 14-year-old kid who plays video games too much. Just take the shit away.
His
What the
theory,
fuck?
yet to be proven, is that
Okay.
excessive gaming may change brain activity. Josh's brain scans are troubling.
We've seen this type of neurological deterioration in gamers who prefer to play Call of Duty Vanguard.
There should be much more activity.
There should be more red.
There should be more red.
What else we got?
Are the words PlayStation Portable going to end up on your kid's Christmas list? PSPs are good, clean fun, right?
Yeah.
So why are they also known by the name PlayStation Pornable?
Oh, that's kind of hype. Actually, I do remember that. I do actually remember. There was a time where porn was kind of big on the PSP. Because it was one of the few times where you could just have like actual internet access on your like handheld device, so you could actually just watch porn. I do remember that.
We don't want to spoil anybody's Christmas, but there are hidden dangers parents should be aware of.
You don't want to spoil anyone's Christmas, but there could be porn on your child's video game console.
Portable gaming devices are all the rage, with a generation of teens convincing their parents they're a must-have.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Playing
Thanks to
Battlefront
Prime
2.
Boats.
Yes.
The recent
Yeah,
Forgotten.
buddy. That's the right footage right there. That's the perfect footage.
Inside is a high-powered computer that, with a Wi-Fi connection, can access the internet.
Parents can watch their child on the internet in the kitchen, in the living room. But with this, you can take it anywhere.
And that opens up Pandora's box.
Yep.
What is happening? How to build a bomb? Ku Klux Klan?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Where did it all go so
0
wrong?
to 100 so fast.
A Minnesota boy got into trouble.
It's not like it's not like that's only accessible on the PSP. It's not like Sony just like opened the floodgates to like building bomb tutorials and shit. If they're doing that on the PSP, they're probably also doing it on the home computer. You just got to pay more attention, I guess.
When he brought his PlayStation Portable to
Thanks for your
school.
sub, Baron.
This is an incident that has opened our eyes.
On a dare, Jeff Harris showed his friends how his PSP could display pictures of naked women.
And that kid was the hero in middle school. I like how they said that on a dare. That is just perfect.
Porn isn't the only danger out there.
What is?
Hatred, violence, and the means to carry out deadly schemes can all be accessed through gaming devices with an internet connection.
White power websites. What kind of fucking teenager is going to those, dude?
It means you might not take iron crosses all over a website as a warning sign that you should immediately leave. And if you don't leave, you might start reading and buying into hateful ideas there.
The greatest danger of all may be a child predator posing as another gamer.
Oh boy.
One of these, man. It's all the
That's always so scary. Like you never know who you're gonna run into around Varrock. That's something I often think about. When I'm grinding Slayer and I have to go back to the Grand Exchange, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Any one of these guys could be a pedophile. And that's the stress of being a gamer, honestly. Don't let anyone tell you gamers have it easy. We're in the trenches. Thanks to Prime. God of IQ.
And why do they have RuneScape footage? Could you actually play RuneScape on a PSP? That would have been pretty sick.
Probably, it was a browser
game.
game.
This is a classic right here. Mass Effect sex scandal. Sex box? New video game shows full digital nudity and sex.
A new role-playing video game that is leaving nothing to the imagination. Mass Effect is what it's called. It's made for Microsoft's Xbox system, and it features in some parts of this, you'll see full digital nudity. Imagine.
Hell yeah, you
Good
will.
game.
Yeah,
Good
that's
game.
why it's a masterpiece, baby. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the clips I gathered are from Fox News.
And the ability for the players to engage in graphic sex, and the person who's playing the game gets to decide exactly what's going to happen between the two people, if you know what I mean.
What? Press X to thrust? Is
That would be
what
cool.
you think?
That would be
It
kind
sort
of
cracks
nice.
me up whenever I hear a company say that, there's all these controls in there that you can monitor the time and you can, but basically Pandora's box is open.
Let's talk about who the video game is for. It might be for adults,
Hold on,
but if you
give me 2 seconds. Be right back. Also, I'm gonna fill up my water. Alright, I'm back. Thanks to Tier 1 Willie in the 10 gift subs, gifting some subs. Thanks for that. And the resub, Don, Austin, Koopa, and Cammy. And the bits, Marty and resub, Logan.
Look at the statistics. Who is playing video games but adolescent males, not their dads? So that's the first thing. The damage is this. We know that all the research shows that violence has a desensitizing effect. Well, sexuality does too.
No, it doesn't, you dumb cunt.
And here's how they're seeing women. They're seeing them as these,
as
these objects of desire, as these, you know, hot bodies. I mean, they don't show women as being valued for anything other than their sexuality. And it's a man in this game deciding how many women he wants to be with.
Jeff Keighley is going to ask the question that I want to ask, and it's going to be really funny.
All right, let's get Jeff in on this.
All right, that's
go ahead,
completely incorrect. Yeah, it's completely incorrect. First of all, you
Jeff!
can play as a man or a woman in the game. Cooper, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
That's it. That's all.
Jeff Keighley is a fucking saint. I love Jeff Keighley. God, that's just so hard. I love that. So everything you're talking about, you've played and experienced it? Absolutely not, Jeff. Ah. Okay then.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to hear. We can move on to the next segment now. You like how she's doing this like full-on report, and she's so sure of what she's talking about, but she's never played the game.
Cooper, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
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 Well, I think what's interesting about this, we talk about, you know, sexuality in the media. One of the great things about Mass Effect, for people that have played it know this is a sort of a choose-your-own-adventure story, and it doesn't force you down any situation. You can actually play through this game without the sexual situation ever happening.
Right, and the young boys
game.
are going to be choosing not to have sex. That'll be what they'll choose. I mean,
no,
let's be
because
realistic
it's not a simple choice, but Cooper, it's not a simple choice. You don't turn to the game and says, would you like to have sex or not?
I love that Jeff is like shilling for Mass Effect on this Fox News segment, and this lady who has never played it and doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about is acting like she's all high and mighty.
It's just like modeling your life, and I think that's a much more powerful form of media.
Darling, I gotta go with the research. And the research says, there's a new study out of University of Maryland right now that says that boys that play video games cannot tell the difference between what they're seeing in a video game and the real world.
Whoa, what a claim! Who did they take the research from? Who was their test subjects? They can't tell the difference between a video game and real life, huh? Also, love the condescending tone, calling him darling. What an insufferable little asshole. Let's see, the University of Maryland. What would the name of the study be? Video game. Delusion absolutely would not be the title of this. How about University of Maryland study? Alright, let's see if it comes up with this. No. I tried University of Maryland study, difference between game and real life, but that didn't come up. Does anyone know the study she's attempting to quote? I think it's the Resub Doom. Maybe gaming psychology? True, it could have been like a piece of the study. Let's see. Or like the gaming's effect on a developing mind or something, maybe. Well, University of Maryland. The potential for video games to improve mental health. Is that what you were quoting? University of Maryland. Video gaming may be associated with better cognitive function. Which one of these were you quoting here? She was making it up. It had to be. Literally had to be. I'll give her one more chance here. Let me go through like the actual published papers. Let's go to PubMed. It'd be in PubMed, I imagine. Right? You would think? Let's do... Alright, let's try that. I did gaming's effect on brain of adolescents. Let's see. Okay, that might have been too specific. None of these are talking about what she's referring to. Yeah, that might not have been the ticket. Do you expect these people to actually read? No, not really. But isn't she like a psychologist? Isn't that why they brought her on? And I'm assuming she was trying to quote a real study, or I guess she truly just made it up from absolutely fucking nothing. Because I am finding nothing on that particular topic. But maybe I'm just not using the correct terms here to find it. Though even still, that seems like such a crazy study conclusion. People can't tell the difference between a video game and the real world. You would like, that is a crazy fucking claim to make. Thanks to Tier 1. Naomi, and the resub Lauren, Rhino, and the Prime Porter.
University of Maryland is full of fucking idiots. Dude, even as a 3-year-old playing Mario 64 and Pokemon Red and Blue and StarCraft, I knew the difference between real life and what I was seeing on the screen.
Everyone does.
Research? Did you just call him darling? Oh my god, you're unbearable.
Fantastic game, and sex is a small little part of it.
All right, thank you very much. So Jeff and Cooper, let's go around the panel really quickly and get your thoughts on this.
They gave him like 1 minute to discuss this before moving on. Come on, Fox. We gotta cut him off. Jeff is speaking the actual truth of the game. We gotta cut it off and we gotta go with our narrative.
Cooper wins. She did a great job. What was her name? Maybe it was like her study. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this. That's just such an outrageous claim to make. Who is she?
Adults, but if you look at the statistics, who is playing video games but adolescent males, not their dads? So that's the first thing. The damage is...
It sort of cracks me up whenever I hear...
They don't even introduce her in this clip. Unlucky. Cooper Lawrence? Okay, let's see. I don't see anything about that. I don't know where the fuck this came from. But she apparently has a PhD in psychology and has published 7 books. Her most recent is called Celebritocracy. I'm imagining that's about celebrity worship. But when you look up Cooper Lawrence, the main talking point is her Mass Effect segment. And in 2008, she apologized for it. She just fully admits to knowing nothing about it. Thanks, Resub Posh. Yeah, at least she owned up to it. She didn't try and double down on it again. I guess that's good.
Unbearable.
Fantastic game, and sex is a small little part of it.
All right, thank you very much. So Jeff and Cooper, let's go around the panel really quickly and get your thoughts on this.
They gave him like 1 minute to discuss this before moving on. Come on, Fox. We gotta cut him off. Jeff is speaking the actual truth of the game. We gotta cut it off and we gotta go with our narrative.
An adults-only rating. That's the highest rating that it can have. So first of all, this board that rates them needs to have their head examined. And this made me feel old watching this. What happened to Atari and Pinball and Pac-Man?
God, you are old. You are so old.
Why is technology advancing? What happened to the good old days of Betamax? You know, why do we have streaming music? What happened to the good old days of tube television and black and white TVs? This is stupid. Is it fucking stupid? Why are things advancing? Why can't they stay archaic?
You are even older after this clip.
Be careful here. Let's face it, there's all kinds of bad stuff coming through the internet, through video games, and the reality is, I would argue, that the government cannot and should not censor everything coming across the web and in video games. At the end of the day, it's just like Chet said, it's up to parents to control what their kids are seeing.
Good take.
Finally, someone on Fox News talks some sense.
Brianna is describing the first time she accidentally stumbled into a strip club on Roblox.
And that's where we're gonna call it a day.
That one, Roblox is actually dangerous, though. The amount of fucking pedophiles that have been caught from Roblox, like real, like actual pedophiles that have preyed on kids from Roblox, is fucking actually astonishing. So, you know what? If they're going to run a story about, like, hey, maybe monitor your kids on Roblox, I'll be like, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fine. I actually agree.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to The Act Man for more awesome content. Don't forget to order your everyday earbuds and use my code to get a special discount. Reporting live from ACT News, this has been The Act Reporter.
Good shit.
Signing out.
I hadn't seen any of those stories. Way to find some gold. Good shit, Act Man. I had legitimately never seen any of those stories. I remembered a couple of the controversies, but I never actually saw the segments. Grade A, Under A showed 2 of those in an old video. Oh, well, I don't remember them. The University of Maryland reported by Washington Post, students see video game as harmless, study finds. Sounds like a crazy report. Students find video games harmless, huh? Thanks to Prime. Koki, Marco, and the resub C-Butt. And the Prime, Hunter and Lise. Why do people keep blasting video games when they should blast other stuff? Where have you been? They blast everything. Literally everything. I saw a big Twitter thread about why it should be really frowned upon to ask your friends to help you move. Everything gets blasted. Literally anything and everything is a problem. I don't know where you're getting, why, it's just games. It's everything. People make up shit to get upset about.